Hello and welcome back to the Lifestyle First podcast. My name is Dr. Alka Patel. I am your host and I'm here discussing lifestyle medicine and making self-care as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1 question, 2 reviews and 3 actionable health tips in each Light Bite weekly episode. All centered around the Lifestyle First method, your blueprint for the 10 key routes of optimal health and happiness. This is series 2, episode 1, and the theme in the Lifestyle First method that we'll be exploring today is first. We talked in season 1 about the first thing we need to do when we decide to make changes in our lives and in our lifestyles. And we explored the 3 C's: commitment, certitude, and confidence. So today, the one question we'll be exploring is, where are you in the cycle of change? Now, change is part of our growth, part of our evolution, and now more than ever, we're going through a period of significant change. Change as individuals, change as a community, change as a globe. Now, more than ever, the one thing that unites us is change. But we'll all find ourselves at different stages of change. Some of us ready, taking action, some of us resisting, in denial. Where are you on that cycle of change? So to explore this, let's review 2 pieces of information. The first piece of information I wanted us to look at is the work of the psychologists Prochaska and De Clements. So in a paper published in 1983 in the Journal of Consulting and Clinical Psychology, they looked at men who were changing their smoking habits on their own, and they identified 6 key stages of change that has now become well established as the cycle of change model, or the trans-theoretical model. Now, making lasting change in our lifestyles can be really, really hard, whether it's exercising regularly, going to bed earlier, adapting to working from home, or thinking more positively. It's never easy to build sustainable change. So have a think about a change you want to make or have made in the past, and just see if you can, during this podcast, if you can recognise where you are in your own cycle of change. So the first stage is pre-contemplation. You're thinking, me? Want to change? No thanks. Me? Have a problem? No, not me. It's the denial phase. You're not interested in change and have no intention to change. It's not that you can't see the solution, it's that you can't see the problem. The second stage is contemplation. So you're thinking, make a change. Maybe I should, but I don't really want to. You're aware of the issues but of mixed emotions and are feeling ambivalent about what to do. You know your destination, but you're not ready to start the journey. You just don't have the confidence, commitment, or any certitude of success in the next 6 months. The third stage is preparation. You're thinking, okay, I'm ready to change, but how do I do this? At this stage, you start to find out more and make a plan and make decisions. Your thoughts are more focused on the future rather than the past. You're building your confidence and commitment. You're ready to take action within the next month. The fourth stage, this is action. This is where you take the plunge. You're doing what you need to do. It's a time of excitement and momentum, as well as nervous intrepidation. You're making conscious choices. The fifth stage of change, it's maintenance. You're staying with it. All your preparation and action over the last 6 months is creating sustained change in the direction that you want to go. And the 6th stage is relapse. Now, relapse is not uncommon. There's personal or social pressures that can interrupt change. But through preparation, action, and maintenance, you have developed the resilience and the support system and the coping mechanisms to learn from relapse and move back quickly through contemplation into action. You learn from your relapses to reduce further recurrences. So does any of this resonate? Have you been trying to make a healthy lifestyle change? Lose weight, sleep better, exercise more, reduce alcohol? We're all in the midst of significant life changes. So where are you on that cycle of change? Well, now you recognize where you are on the cycle of change, the ultimate goal is to stay in the maintenance phase. But how do you do this? So to help this, let's take a look at the second piece of literature. It's also James Prochaska again, and this time it's his book, Changing for Good. Now, in this book, he highlights 9 processes that are really useful tools in helping to maintain change. They are, number 1, consciousness raising. So this is increasing your knowledge about yourself and your problems and your issues. Number 2 is social liberation. This is increasing awareness and availability and acceptance of alternative lifestyles in society. 3 is emotional arousal, the sudden emotional experience related to your issues that enables you to be aware of your defenses. 4, self-reevaluation. So a thoughtful an emotional reappraisal of yourself as regards your issues and concerns and problems and desires, and an assessment of the kind of person you might be once you have overcome this. 5, commitment. Acknowledging that you are the only one who can respond, speak, and act for yourself. Once you choose to change, you accept the responsibility for changing. 6, countering, so planning for relapses and substituting healthy, appropriate responses for previous unhealthy or inappropriate responses. 7, environmental control, restructuring your personal environment so that the probability of relapse is reduced. Number 8, rewards, celebrating and affirming the achievement of goals. And number 9, helping relationships, so receiving care, support and assistance from significant people in your life. So, to help you with some techniques to move you through the cycle of change and the processes of change, here now are your 3 health hacks, your 3 activating actions, your lifestyle first prescription. This is my favourite part of the podcast because I can give you tools for thought and tips for action. And today, the first thing I'm prescribing is change. So what I want you to think about is self-talk. What can you ask yourself to move you towards your goals and keep you in that maintenance phase of change? So just create some time and space to ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, suppose you don't change. What is the worst thing that can happen? What are you thinking? What do you feel? What are you doing if you don't change? Number 2, suppose you do change. What is the best thing that can happen? What are you thinking? What do you feel? What are you doing if you do change? And number 3, fast forward a year. You've achieved what you wanted to do. What did you do? What happened? What were all the steps that got you there? How did you start? And that concludes today's episode, making self-care as easy as 1, 2, 3, with the backing of information and evidence from the field of lifestyle medicine. I really hope this has inspired you to take action. Please don't forget to subscribe and share, because the more you share, the more you too are instrumental in spreading messages of health that matter. And of course, please do leave me comments, ratings and a review so that I can continue to provide you with credible, motivating, thought-stimulating and practical information that lets you shape your health and be the author of your own health story. You can connect with me on all the usual social media channels at Dr. Alka Patel UK and use the hashtag The Lifestyle First Podcast or hashtag TLFP so that I can connect easily with you too. And if you want to know more and access show notes and free resources, then just head on over to my website www.dralkapatel.com. I look forward to welcoming you back next week.